Morning, Tilted Barners. If you see behind me, we got all the insulation down for the floor. One of the things that we want to do today is work on getting down some grating to attach the heat lines to. And what I'm going to use for that is I'm going to use some old hog panels. Not old, but we bought some hog panels from when I was moving pigs at the old farm. So the plan is we're going to lay those out and then start laying down our PEX tubing, get all the spacing and get it all strapped down, so when concrete comes next week, it's ready to go. Let's get after it. I just took some old hog panels that we had, spaced them out, evenly, and then just zip tied down to them. So, and then in the areas, so we zip tied it down. Yeah, let me flip this around and show you. Okay, so we zip tied it down, and you can see here where we got the zip tie, and then I went through and I cut all the tabs off the zip ties, because what we don't want is we don't want the tabs possibly sticking up through the concrete, which they shouldn't. This is a 6-inch pour, but just in case, you don't want to take that chance of this thing floating up or something like that. And now I've got a bunch of zip ties sticking through the concrete. And then in the other areas, I just took and I bent some wire over. They sell like a staple and a stapler kit you can buy. Frankly, I couldn't justify the cost. Like, they want over $200 for something, and I just took a piece of fence wire and high tensile fence wire and bent it over and broke it or cut it, and then just jabbed it in through, and you could see, it's holding everything down. So in the areas where I had to use those, they're not sticking up out of the concrete, or where they'd stick up out of the concrete or anything. So so tomorrow we'll be back. We're gonna get a couple more hog panels to finish out this side here, and then we'll finish getting the rest of this PEX down and tied back, and then we'll be ready for concrete here. All right, we're back, and we got everything finished up here. So I got a couple extra hog panels, put them down, and I got the rest of my loop installed. So everything's looking pretty good here. We had a little bit of snow overnight, so things are a little muddy, but the next step here is to pour concrete. So they'll be pouring concrete here behind me, and back here behind me, let's see if I can get this here. There we go. So right back here, this is the lean-to where the animals are gonna go, and so this will actually all get poured as well. And then the only thing that won't be getting poured is back here, and that, you can see where Scout is. So that's just gonna get filled in with gravel. Not a whole lot to worry about there. That's where just, the equipment's gonna be parked. So it's not gonna be heated or anything. So we thought there's no point in putting any concrete down. So that's where we're at. Next step, concrete. So stay tuned. Well, hey there, Tilted Barners. It's a beautiful day out here in Michigan, and we've got the concrete poured. You see behind me, this is where the cattle will be, or the livestock area will be. So we've got, this is all poured, slatted, and the reason for slatting it like we did is so that we've got a little bit of traction for the livestock, so it's not so slippery. We also have, there's a slight taper here, so it comes down about 2 inches from the barn out, to kind of get the manure to move away from the building. And then behind me, you can see we've got the shop. And in the shop, they got a nice finished coat on there. Everything's looking real good. So tomorrow, it sounds like if the weather stays warm like it has been today, it's about 40 degrees. If it stays like this tomorrow, and everything's cured, it's not too green, they're gonna come in and saw cut. So then after that, we just wait for trusses, and it sounds like that'll be around the 1st of December or so. So that's the update, and thanks for watching.